Well, g'day all. I thought I'd show you something different today. It's the digital mode Olivia, which is a multi-frequency shifting key, MFSK, and it's a digital mode that isn't commonly used, but really works very well. It is designed to work in difficult propagation conditions. That's when the signal to noise ratio is really bad. The typical Olivia signal can be decoded when the amplitude of the noise is over 10 times of the digital signal, which is absolutely amazing. It is used by amateur radio operators reliably to transmit characters over the noise of frequencies between 3 MHz and 30 MHz. So it's a bit different to FT8 and the other ones where you just get a radio signal from one to the other, which is also pretty cool. You actually can type to someone via your computer over the airwaves and have a conversation with them via typing. The Olivia digital modes are commonly referred to by the number of tones and bandwidth used in hertz. Therefore, it is common to express the Olivia digital mode as Olivia XY, or alternatively, Olivia YX, where X stands for the number of different audio tones transmitted, and Y refers to the bandwidth in hertz over the signals that are sent. So examples of common Olivia modes are 8-250, which means 8 tones at 250 hertz bandwidth. But I'll show you that soon. You can use as little as 1 watt on Olivia and you should do pretty well. But if propagation isn't very good, you might need to use a little bit more power. Olivia was developed in 2003 and was in use for the first time between Australia and Europe. So here are some of the digital mode suggested calling frequencies. You can use plenty of different frequency. You can use it on any frequency if you want on HF, but these are the suggested ones, and it's probably best to use the suggested ones so you find people. So basically you've got the dial frequency, which is what you dial your HF radio into, and then you've got the center frequency, which is where the software points to. So you can see here on my example, I've dialed on the radio 14.0714. The software is pointing to 14.072.007. Very fine signal. You can also see on the waterfall down the bottom there where the talking is. It's on the left side there, and the rest of the waterfall isn't in use. But the software tells you where the talking is, and you can easily switch to that. Let's have a look and see how it worked for me. If you can hear that signal, that funny sound, that's the digital mode Olivia. And as you can see, it's barely moving the S meter. I'll turn it up a bit louder. But as you can see, even though the signal is incredibly low, I'm still able to decode it. If you have a look down the bottom left of the screen, that's where the signal is, and I've got that tuned in. But Olivia isn't a new digital mode, but it is a digital mode that you can have a conversation with someone else over extremely long distance and poor conditions using a very narrow bandwidth. So the call frequency on this band is 14.0729. I had to check that, 14.0729. So it's so fine. You can see down the bottom left corner where the waterfall is. I basically have to just move that red line to 14.0729 where it says frequency, the little frequency, not the one in yellow with the yellow background, the little one, and that'll get me to the right frequency. So there we go, VK4XP VK4PHD, Peter, has gone back to you. So unfortunately we can't hear the other station. So while we're waiting, so I'll move this screen across to the left. Now if you look down to the bottom right, you can see the squelch bar. So the higher I put that bar up, the less interference it'll try and decode. But you don't want it too high because obviously you'll squelch the other station out. But you can see the squelch underneath turns yellow and changes colours when the squelch bar is in the right position. So you can see right across the waterfall there's no one talking at the moment, so the whole area is clear. So let's see what he has to say on his next over. So the program's really clever. It actually gave me a prompt to say that there's someone else it's receiving, FL Digi. So I pressed OK, and what it did, it actually pushed me to that frequency there where that person's talking there. You can see the bottom left corner. My squelch is set very low, bottom left there, and the signal's quite a bit higher with this one. So this is VK4XP by the look of it. As you can see, I just shifted to him. Let's see, I find it very hard to break into a conversation on Olivia, because especially if you can't hear the other station, because you've got to say who you are, and it takes a bit of time. While you're reading that, if you look up, we've got the macros on the green line in the green, and in the red we've got some more macros, or orange colour in the middle of the screen at the top, and then purple on the right, some macros. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 macros, the 4 right ones of the red that I've set up. So I should be able to press that and it will automatically type what I want to say, but I can manually type that in also. If we listen to, you can hear the noise. Usually you just have that turned down. I've just got that up for the video, but you can just hear the FT8 signals, which are on 14.075. And you just hear the edge of them. It just shows you how fine this all is. It's just my radio's picking that up as well, but it doesn't seem to be interfering with decoding what's been typed. There is actually, believe it or not, some nets on Olivia where you have quite a group of people that type in their time. I've never been on a Olivia net, but that sounds quite interesting. It's a weekly thing. So you can see here that the squelch level is a bit low, and we're starting to get a bit of text come in where it's trying to decode just static. So if I push the squelch just a little bit higher, the button will go yellow instead of green, and then we won't have that text on the screen until someone transmits. And it looks like he's come back now. So a couple of things when sending digital messages like this, it's always good to start a new line. So you can see VK4PHD has done that. So if I had any stuff after it that it's not quite decoded, he starts a new line, which is good practice. So like I said, I've got some macros at the top here. So if you can see where my mouse is, I could send a message by just clicking that, or I could right click it to edit, and they're the 4 macros that I've got there. So the first one just says CQ, and then the second one has a signal report which I can edit, and the last one, this middle one's 73s, and this one here is VK32. So I've just pressed that. Now I'm going to edit it. Then you put the K on the end there, which means you've finished your transmission. So you can see the FT8 signals that whining sound. That's not Olivia sounds. So as soon as he finishes, I might transmit that and see if I can get in before Simon returns. Unfortunately, I can't hear Simon. I just sent him an email. Maybe he can relay my email to Peter. But I'll just turn that down because that is quite annoying. And we can join in. So there we go. I've managed to tap in just after VK4 PhD. So now I'm sending him CQ, and we'll see if he can hear me in Queensland. He's some distance away from me. He's over 14,000 kilometres away from me, and the conditions aren't great, so we'll see if he can hear me. And there we go, he's heard me. So now we're talking. So there we go, he said VK3, DE, VK4XP, how copy? Back to me. So now I'm transmitting back to him. Hopefully he can hear me. We'll find out in a minute, I guess. I've spoken to a few people around the world on this. There was a friend that I used to speak to, or type to rather, quite a bit in Europe, which was quite some distance away. That was a bit of a long over for him. Hopefully he'll put up with that and talk back to me. But yeah, it is raining here. Him being in Queensland, he's probably got a sunny day, although the sun has just set here, so probably just set there too. We'll see what he has to say back. To end with the K at the end, go back to you. And then that software should tell the radio to stop transmitting. Now we'll see if we get anything back. Oh, we can hear him. VK3 TBS, that's a good sign. Now he's coming back to me. Now he did tell me just via email just then that apparently there's quite a group of them at this time. I should have had this up earlier. VK4XP. And I'll take this out. Let's transmit that. So So hello VK4XP. I can still edit this, I think, as just before it types the red. There we go. It's 5555. There we go. You can still edit it on the fly. Back to you, DEVK3TBS with the K, which tells it to stop transmitting and the little hat in the end. Here we go. Here he comes. You can hear him there. It's not a strong signal. I think 5.5 was a bit of a generous. Because he's not even moving the signal meter, but anyway. So I use the macros as a starting point. Oh, there we go. He's in cans. So now I've got that message ready. So I think he's pretty stoked to hear someone else. So I can type in back to him what it is. So I can edit my thing before he even has finished sending his, which will hopefully be a quicker turnaround. And you can put in your software. Oh. So if you put it in like columns like he's done, it automatically populates things up the top there. So I might do the same. Huh? There we go. He's 1965 licensed. Oh, there we go. He's telling me a lot of things. That's great. There we go. Now I'll transmit back to him. So you can see when I put a new line at the top there, it does go down to new line. It doesn't carry on after him. It starts a new line. And you can see it's typing back. So you can see how I typed my reply even before he'd finished transmitting, which makes the conversation a lot quicker. And then it goes across the red and transmits it via the radio. So Simon's even further up Australia than I realised. He's up in Cairns. is a distance of 2,332 k's from me, which is 1,450 miles away. So that's pretty cool that I've made another friend on Olivia. And he's told me when he's regularly on, so just to give you an idea, it's currently 800 Zulu time here, UTC time, 800. So that gives you an idea when we're talking in the time of day. That's going. I don't know why I get stuck there. I guess it is amateur radio, not professional radio. There we go, my preview screen's now empty because it's all been sent. Oh, I hit the Squelch. Well, the Squelch didn't come down for some reason, so I missed the first bit. So I'm going to get my next message ready to send to him now. So there we go, he used to live in Melbourne, in Ringwood, Croydon, which is only about 15-minute drive from here, so that's pretty cool. So on this frequency, okay, so we know where he hides. So it's amazing that he's barely moving the signals meter there, but we're still decoding him quite well. A couple of misses there, but Otherwise it's pretty good. There you go, speaks to Russia, Ukraine, Japan, all on here, so it's quite active. But you'd often skim past that sort of sound and not realise it was there. So I'll transmit back to him now. So yeah, I used to have a friend in Switzerland that I used to talk to quite a bit, HB9HAE. HAE and HB9BFM is the other one I used to speak to, both of them in Switzerland. One of them is, well, I can't remember which one it was. He said he was on the tallest mountain in the highest amateur radio operator, I think he said in Switzerland or something like that, he used to tell me. So here we go, I've just turned the radio on again, and you can see by the waterfall where the talking was, and I can see HB9 FM, so I'm going to see if I can get back to him. So I'll press my macro there. I've edited the macro, put his call sign in, and I can see he's already typing back, so I wasn't quick enough, so I'll wait till he finishes typing now. Now I have chatted to this person before. He's in Switzerland, right up in the snow. But it's been some time, so he's going to get quite a surprise, I think. Right, so he's hit, when he puts the K on the end there, that means you're right to go. So the Olivia mode sends a signal out to start with before it starts transmitting my text. Now it's transmitting my text. So if he can hear me, he'll sync with what I sent originally, and then he'll be able to receive my text. And then at the end of what I'm sending, it'll send a little bit of signal as well, saying that I've finished. So there we go, it's all red. Waterfall hasn't quite got as wide a bandwidth now. So it's signing off that transmission, and there we go, we've stopped transmitting. So let's see if we can hear him, or if he can hear us. So it doesn't look like he's used my call sign. I don't think he heard me, so let's try again and see if we can get him. So I'm pretty sure this is the guy that lives, I think he claims he's the highest amateur radio operator as far as altitude goes in the Northern Hemisphere, is his claim. So hopefully we can get him this time. So VK3 TBS, BTU as in back to you. You can see there's nothing on the waterfall at the moment. It's gone a little bit quieter, the waterfall. Oh, here comes the noise. Oh, there we go. He's typing back to me. VK3TBS, he got me. So I'm going to set up my next return message and I'll edit it as he's typing. That just minimises the delay. So he's gone back to me, and you can see I've pretty well got it all ready to send, so I can send it straight away because I was reading what he was saying as I was typing. But I can't edit the text that's read as I send it because it's already sent. I still can edit the black text in the blue box because it hasn't been sent, so I can do it on the fly if I'm really quick typer. So there we go, I put a few extra lines in there just to make it a bit neater going across to him. So he should be seeing this on his screen, same as I send it on mine. So looking at his text that he sent me, got a few extra characters in there, so it's not a full 5.9 copy. And there we go, we've finished that over. You can see the waterfall changes, sending a end of transmission, and then it will stop. There we go, it stopped transmitting, and now he'll reply. So that's basically how it works. It works really well. I find if you type the message while you're reading his message, then there's minimal delay in the conversation. So he would have already typed this, and he probably would have used a macro to already transmit it. So there's another example. That's an overseas example now, through to Switzerland from Australia. That's some distance. So you can see now that the text up the top is being automatically filled. So the program actually knows that. So when I click on one of my macros, it also puts the call sign in automatically. If you right click the macro, you can just type it in what you want there. As you can see, it has slowly built up all this text. So hopefully that's been of some help. Encourage you to use Olivia, it's a great mode. I don't use it a lot, but more people that are on there the better. So if you're interested in that, I think you'll enjoy it. Not bagging FT8 and things like that, but I just enjoy talking to people and actually contacting people. And this is quite a long distance, this one too. Well, 73, thanks for watching. Look forward to next time.